As we're here with the part 2, we are just expanding on the video 1 that you had today, okay? We're going to start with the Lenormand for some lucky messages. We're going to look for some advice possibly for you. I also feel like you might be jumping timelines in your story. You might be excelling a lot faster in your understanding of the overall picture of what's going on in your life. You could feel sensitive, but you're understanding more with your intuition that you have to feel out the emotions, okay? I got that channel and I wrote it down initially. I got it channeled shortly before I expressed that I needed to come back to the tarot room. So that just did come to me. We did a hand shuffle. Let's get started with Lenormand. Can we have some good luck messages for the part 2? Welcome back. What's Libra sentiently doing and feeling? What's going on in the mind of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and, well, let's do that again. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, let's get started. What's the messages? Thank you. We're going to get to Lenormand, and the bottom of the deck you always have to read with Lenormand. It's the overall. We have mice. Okay, mice. So we do have to look this up. Mice with number 23. Okay, and then your first fallout was the siren itself. We have the woman, a divine feminine amongst us tonight in the reading. So we got a DF. It could be you, Libra, that's watching, or you have connections to a divine feminine. Okay, and then another one here, we have rider. The rider is a message. So let's check out what the Lenormand is saying. Again, only take what resonates tonight. If it's going on in your life, it is a resonation. If it's not, and it's just food for thought, also take that as well and interpret it the way that you like, okay? Let's read mice. It's actually on the page I turned to, eerily enough. All right, I'm going to pull it up. There's a white mice there with a piece of cheese to direct your imagery at the bottom. It says, loss, degradation, a theft, erosion, disease, or some worry. Mice ferociously and obsessively nibble away behind the scenes, slowly destroying the stability of a structure like cheese, leaving behind a nasty mess. And at its core, it does mean that a theft has happened, and it robs, it even dirties the positivity of the strength in the cards around it, okay? So let's see what's going on here. We have the main woman card, which is the siren, okay? You could feel like there was a loss here or something is diminishing, okay? And also it says here at the bottom, if it's near the siren, which you have it, Libras, you'll recover what's been taken, okay? And it says if it's far, the loss is irretrievable, and it wasn't. This was drawn right after. All right, so it's very, very near. It's like this on the table. That's a very good omen. What was lost will be retrieved, okay? That's beautiful. That's kind of a happy ending with the mice card being here. So let's go with rider. That's good. So whatever gets lost, and it might even be funds here or finances. Like I'm getting a channel of money, maybe even here an object that you owned, and you will get that back in time. Maybe even in another form, and it'll be better. All right. Let's look at the rider let's do this a little bit faster here. The rider connects these two messages, okay? So let's see where it is. It's number 1. I've got to go all the way back. Excuse me. Okay, so it's the first Lenormand card. This was also here in your set. It says the keywords here are a messenger, it's news and information. You know what's funny about this? I watch a reader who's fantastic, phenomenal. He's very calming. I also feel like he has a way about his teachings on YouTube. It's Minnow. His name is Chris. And he said today he also had a sentient feeling and an intuitive nudge about good news for Libras. It was in the Libra video if you watch his today, and I'll link it down below too. So the keywords are messenger, news, and information. Okay, here's the rider. He arrives quickly and makes a bold entrance, always eager to share the unexpected or the unknown. All right, do you have a rider in your life? When close to the siren, which it is, because you have her here. Look at this. That's why I love to do Lenormand. It's a little different than tarot. The rider says, expect the good news from abroad. Okay, so it could be coming from far away. It could be unexpected as well. Should negative cards surround this card, the rider excites movement and changes the direction that could rock the firmest of foundations. It's surprising, not only that, but I also feel explosive energy. And that is right there. The Rider is the first card. Okay, so I just want to show you guys. Also, someone asked me where these cards come from. It comes from the Siren song. That's where it is. Lenormand actually did their version with mermaids, and that's where it's from. So you have these 3 cards. As a review, I'm going to hold them up again. If you want to make sense of it in tonight's part 2, it just means there's good news coming to the querent, which is the center divine feminine energy. Okay, and whatever was lost to her will be returned. Mostly in life, Libras, that's what happens, is if there's something energetically or universally happening to a person or a good soul, somehow the universe makes up for it. And you see examples in your life all the time. There goes the green. There it goes. There's the calmness. And we also see that something could be returning to you that could be physical. Maybe it's not an esoteric thing that you've lost. It could be something like physical return to this good being who's done good things, has good deeds. They have a lot of thought to them. They could be very caring. It reminds me a little bit of the Queen of Cups, just the shape of her dress. So that could be the Queen of Presents tonight, okay? And we do have a Rider, so it's information coming in. He is, there's a bit of a tentacle here, like from this seahorse. He's riding a baby seahorse, which I find interesting in the artwork tonight. Lenormand. All right, so we're going to continue with part 2 today. The dog is also here at the top of the deck just to show you, and that is loyalty from what I've read from the Lenormand. Okay, from Lenormand. All right, here we go. Short tarot story. The bottom of the deck is the 6 of Wands. That's interesting. I have not seen that card from here in a while. Okay, 6 of Wands, Judgment. It was the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. What I see here is like, look at this. This one, the bottom of the deck here, he's even arriving too. Although it is a success and victories card, it's almost like someone's arriving to bring you that news. All right, let's get a good shuffle in. On the split, we have a King of Wands. Wow, King of Wands, romantic partner. Perhaps somebody that you've been waiting to hear from, or someone that should be in your life with that fire sign energy. I'm getting a couple channels, and I'll share if he comes back out too. And I'll tell you otherwise as well. All right, let's get ready for your part 2. Let's clarify the read from this morning. We had the 8 of Wands messages. We also had the Magician, which was Gemini and Virgo energy. You could also have these placements as we list them off. There was also a significant card I remember this morning. It was quite beautiful, and I just heard stop. We have the 3 of Wands. What was another card this morning? The Star. The Star had returned in Libra light readings on here. Queen of Pentacles would be the lead star. So you see, there is a divine feminine energy in this reading with a lot of heart. If you think of Capricorn energy, they're hardworking, very sufficient people, very reliable. Again, it's the second time we've said it today. And this person can be called upon for their smarts and intellect. Something is here attached to that message coming for you, okay? We also have, this is a embarking on new treasures card, the 3 of Wands. I've actually heard it in different versions too, looking it up the last few days. It's also about waiting, right? It's about waiting for those ships to come in. There they are. It's actually physically drawn in this tarot card. Waiting for the ships to arrive, waiting for good tidings, not necessarily news, but you could be waiting on an opportunity, Libras, or you're waiting for a switch up. And I'm getting like a switch up in routine that maybe you form, or that something comes along and changes actually your ideals. All right. And I feel like it's close because it's something that you've been working toward. We have the Strength card, which is Leo. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people don't pick up about you. They don't truly know how strong you are. In our first video this morning, I mentioned commuting, doing a 9 to 5 that's rather hard. I go to school, so it's very, very hard to keep that up with children, which are my nephews. And I know a lot of people on this channel relate to that. They have other things to do, and they want to implement what they hear in readings in the 3D. It's very, very important that when you see this card, am I a divine feminine? Am I caring, nurturing person? That gives that to the entire, the entire community that I attract myself to. So this is like soul tribe energy. Am I a giving person at the end of the day? And then we got a 4 of Wands in your conclusion reading today. So There's something here about home, family, how you feel there. Queen of Pentacles is stability too. So we have to actually find out what this person feels at their core. What are their needs too? I actually want to ask that with tarot. Let's go to that. What are their needs? Look at this. This is a little scary. The bottom of the deck of Stella's is also the Six of Wands. That is so scary that two of them had that tonight. I'm a little bit like I have tingles down my spine. The Five of Swords. There could be here with this air energy. The cat holds the swords to ward off the other cats that are actually looming in the background if you see in Stella's tarot. It's about actually standing up for what you believe in. And I think that's why Source and Spirit is here to say, you've got the strength, okay, to move on. You've done it before. There's Libra energy that you need to touch on about balancing yourself, okay? And I think some of us forget that. It's like we get so lost in a problem or an issue, and we harbor feelings of maybe neglect. Like someone may have neglected our feelings is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we're going to ask what the Queen of Pentacles needs. This is for Librianos everywhere. Welcome to the reading tonight. Let's see what the Queen of Pentacles needs. What are the needs of the QOP? She is here in a beautiful red dress with her crown. There could be something about your crown chakra that is lighting up, okay? Next few days. My prediction is Wednesday to Friday. You see that crown is very emphasized, not only because she's a queen, but in the strength card, she is a wreath version, okay? Something about that. You could be seeing 8, 11, 3, 7, 7, 7, and 4. Those are the significant cards here. What are the needs of the Queen of Pentacles? Please and thank you, Spirit, Angels, and my personal guides. Will you come in and show me the heart of the Queen of Pentacles? Someone on this channel is definitely one. The Knight of Cups. That's beautiful. I have a channel to tell you, Libras. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to put this away. The Queen of Pentacles harbors burdens, okay? This is the Ten of Wands, and we had this card differently this morning, also illustratively different in this morning's reading. There's something that you carry, either the workload, the family stresses. Maybe here some of you are definitely like the breadwinner in the family. You bring it home, you bake it, you slice it, and you bring it home. So there's something about this cloud. And I feel like for a lot of Libras, this has been the story the last year. It's been hard to understand from other people's eyes to get to have sympathy for the Queen of Pentacles. So that's here. And you know, a caring and nurturing person, they normally have this aspect to them where they take care of everyone. They're very nurturing. People also understand that this person holds that. Okay. So we see that in the reading. We also have a Knight of Cups. This was the first card out to clarify her. And it means that you're romantic, you're imaginative. The Knight of Cups, there's like water spewing over here too. It's a little comedic with Stella's. There's a lot of funny things in her deck too. There's a cup that he's holding out and the water is actually spilling, if you can see it. The cup is here, it's the cylindrical thing, and the water's kind of spurting everywhere with a dove. I want to say that this person harbors so much love in their heart that they just want it to be reciprocated. They want to be loved the same way they dole it or give it out. Queen of Pentacles also attached to her. Okay, so she's very romantic and she's looking for that compassion, that honesty, that same thing to be rewarded to her because she's so good at it already. That's her talent and skill. Some of you Libras are going to directly feel this reading tonight because the Queen of Pentacles is a huge, huge card to see in the environmental energy of something also being taken away from you in the past. Could have been very undeserved with this Mice card. Also, we have Divine Feminine clarified energy here with someone who is definitely romantic even in their dress and style. Libras like to look good too. And so they dress to impress, maybe trying to attract new love as well. So you could be in the new love department of tonight's video too. All right. What's the good news that she's getting? Let's find out, because I think this is the main character in part 2. And there's this rider that is, you know, affluently coming toward her. So let's see that. 2 of Cups was also here as my clarifier. I missed it. I'm sorry. So there's love here that's amounting for her. Let's put away your clarifiers. I want to show you again. There's two very blue cards, and I think these blue cards are a part of this masculine or feminine's past. It's about feeling romantic, feeling disappointed in the past by actions, rising above that, and also doing shadow work. Perhaps this Queen of Pentacles doesn't talk about her shadow work. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we got to clarify some things. What's the Two of Cups? What's the Two of Cups? I just glanced right now. The Six of Cups and the Five of Cups were together at the bottom of the deck. But I want to get a finite energy for that Two of Cups. Can I see that? Clarified by the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Sun. Clarified by the Sun. This means that it's going to happen regardless. It's a renewal of times. The Sun is about bringing in a partner that makes us feel positive, that doesn't give us negative energy each day. They can give a helping hand as the baby there is exuding with joy. Maybe a little humor back to the Queen of Pentacles too. And sometimes it can mean good health when these cards are paired together. The Sun is a yes card too in tarot. All of them have yes, no, and maybe to them. So there's positive things coming. It even looks like good news too with the sunflowers next to the QOP. Okay? And not that I don't want to, I can say Queen of Pentacles. It's just faster if I say QOP. We have the Ace of Swords. What's this truth coming? We got to clarify this Ace of Swords tonight. It's different. It's not something that we can readily say we know. This Ace of Swords can be romantic, financial, could be having something to do with the home, could have something to do with a friend of the Queen of Pentacles or a family member. So we will see that. It looks like someone's direct, okay, out of this relationship. Maybe she herself has an emperor that's in waiting and they need direct communication, okay? Somebody here is direct in the story, whether you, Libra, reside with the Queen of Pentacles and you feel like you're about to speak out and give someone a little tug of your sword there, all right? He's even wearing a coat to exemplify the fall and winter months here. So let's see what's going on. What's the communication bringing? Can you give me 3 clarifiers? Thank you. Look at this. Queen of Swords just flipped very beautifully. There's 2 people here that are in no communication. They don't talk to each other, okay? That's interesting. King and Queen of Swords. There's an honesty to both people. They have a discipline to them. They both have their ideals, and the swords exemplify her thoughts and his thoughts. There's 2 sides here that have to be expressed. One person's a little more talkative. I think it's going to be this King of Swords that's here tonight in part 2. Okay? And energetically, if this is your story, you already know whose cards these are as you watch. You're like, yeah, this is definitely, like, I know who it is. And I also know who I'm placing for here tonight in the reading. 2 of Cups is a clarifier for the situation, the Chariot. We have Cancer. We also have Scorpio and Pisces in this card. It's about getting together and actually, I see this physically tonight as a card that could express an actual meeting. These 2 have to really confront, and that's the term I'm getting is confront. It's not a gathering. I actually heard confront one another. So this is definitely a special card we have to go in and re-clarify. I feel like with the Death card, you know, it's about ending a period of life that was very difficult. There's burdens here. There's also stress. With the Death card too, it can bring about feelings like the 9 and 10 of Swords where we worry a lot. We have a lot of swords in our back type of thing. There's been betrayals. And so I think that these 2 have to put it to rest in tonight's part 2. There's something here that harbors like a daily angst even for these 2 people. And they just need to connect and confront. Okay? We have a Chariot here. Let's see who's having the movement. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Wands. One person's defensive. The challenge is the Tower. I split it and we have the Tower. It's about happiness, long-term happiness with that Tower to the 10 of Cups. About someone's eventual outcome. Okay? I want to go a little deeper. The Hierophant and the 9 of Cups. It's repeating this morning's reading already. So someone's going to remain single here, but to concentrate on their wish fulfillment. I'm going to go back to the Baroque. The Queen of Wands just spilled on my table. It was the only one that spilled. There is somebody here that's very, very resourceful in their own life. Okay, this Queen of Wands could be you, Libra. I immediately got a feeling that this is definitely somebody who has control over a situation at this time. They make their dreams accessible. This is someone in tune too. And in classic Rider-Waite, she has a black cat. I don't know if you guys know that, but there's a cat in the Queen of Wands originally. And that's nonconformity. That would be nonconformity. She likes to have her cat too. So let's see what's going on here. Her cat's of importance. Let's see what's the outcome. Outcome is the Page of Pentacles upright, the Hermit, and the Nine of Pentacles. This was all in this morning's reading, including this little guy, the Hermit. There's a little bit of self-preservation here, and also tying themselves to the future as believing now that it actually has a different tone to it. What I mean by that, Libras, is like it can be reimagined differently. Although we might be scared to approach those things, it can be reimagined in a new space. Sometimes we have to move to do these things if we cannot readily move because we're tied down to certain, aspects, family. Maybe even here we have to work at a certain place, so we can't move out of the city. It can be reimagined in a new way. And I think the person reimagining that is the Queen of Wands. She's getting very skillful and very tuned in into what's happening to the story, because her Pentacles and ending a chapter is very important. We have the Ten of Pentacles and also the Death card returning. Why is the 9 and the 10 here? Why is it in sequence? Because I feel like she's doing something in order, or she is doing something in order, he is doing something in order. 9 to the 10. Can I see that? And the Page of Pentacles. Okay, double clarification comes in. There's the 8 of Cups, and we also have the 4 of Wands. This one's always a beautiful 4 of Wands. Energetically, she's ready for a commitment, this person in the story. Okay, she just wants reciprocal romance. And the thing is here is that there are people that are still willing to give it to this person. Okay, there's options maybe even for the Queen of Wands. She's setting up for success too. The 9 and the 10 could already be established, which is excellent because this person is also really resourceful and they use their intuition for even, financial gain. That could happen here in the story. The Queen of Wands does that. She's a part of that in definition as well. So that's an interesting part of tonight's story. We have a Page of Pentacles about development. This is a development card. It's also a part of the messengers, like the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. However, it's an investment opportunity with the coin. Okay. Can I get the final on the Page of Pentacles? How does this end tonight's Monday night story for part 2? What's the Page of Pentacles? An Emperor. Look at this, Libra. You have an Emperor in one card, which could actually be the Rider at the very beginning of this video, as I think about it, and the 6 of Swords. Someone who's going to help her heal, okay? Maybe she had an empire before where things were very rich and lively, and she just wants to get back to that place, okay? Or if it's a masculine tonight watching, you just want to get back to that place. And I feel like you're going to meet someone who redirects you back to where you may have felt your best, and also is going to rise you to a new place. That Emperor is someone who comes in and changes the story and the game here, okay? We have Aries, we have air energy with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with your 6 of Swords. This one's a very beautiful one because the sunset is about to head on over into the background. It's like they just woke up and they're taking off in this 6 of Swords. All right, so we have beautiful energy here to honor finally this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I do feel like this is the type of queen that needs to have a reward back in her life and some loyalty with that dog card that we had earlier. I want to thank you for the part 2 tonight. If this was you, a lot of respect, because I feel like you've held on and you're healing in the right sequence. The 9 and the 10 of Pentacles to the 6 of Swords, it tells me so. And it tells me that you're looking for higher power thinking, your own faith, and also to it's almost like co-create with, you could be a crow too. You could co-create with spirit to make elemental changes in your life. And this person is very smart, the Queen of Pentacles. She's a beautiful human being who only needs to be shown that back too. And it's quite beautiful because I think that's coming in. And our whole collective is here to say, or all of us are here every day to kind of root for this queen. Every day when you watch a tarot video and you feel like you resonate with a particular card, it seemingly can be you in a beautiful hint. There's a little spark of you in each card. And I think this Emperor is finally going to come in and say, I'm going to save you. You know, I'm also going to help you on your journey. You are not completely alone. You have the strength. And if you don't believe it, I'm going to give you some of my strengths too. That way you can carry out your plan. And I think this is a beautiful part too. We're going to save this one in our history books. I want to thank you for your time tonight. This is your beautiful part 2. I hope you have a beautiful night. We will continue tomorrow with new love and how that will make you feel. We will have kind of a dreamy video for tomorrow and some requirements for your new love. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We have a double backed 1, 2. Tomorrow we have 1 and 2. I will see you then, and good night.